And a good Tuesday, everybody. Welcome in. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. He is Big Joe Dubin. I'm Chase McCabe. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier on the ones and twos, fresh off Next Man Up. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. We're good. We're glad to be back here in the studio.
Only one time this week, though, pal.
That's right. That's right. You and Dr. Crane will handle things tomorrow at the Omni, and then we'll be out in the boot Thursday and Friday.
That's right. As the Masters starts, man, I can't wait. Right?
I know.
Today's the par 3 or whatever they do down there. I love it.
Or is it today or tomorrow?
It's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Like today's like Father and Sunday, right? Man, it's a special time of year.
Can hear the excitement in your voice. Dripping with sarcasm.
I always love it every fall when those who do not get the Masters like pass. I'll try again next year. Yeah. I mean, they're just so distraught. I'm like, all right, well, I'm sorry you didn't get it. But
and you're one of those people that's like, hey, you didn't have to tell us.
We're good. Like your fantasy football team or your brackets, we really don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. But yeah, it is Master season, so that will be exciting. Yeah, we will be at every show will be at 5 Iron Golf. So 6A to 6P on Thursday and Friday.
Does 5 Iron Golf what they've gotten themselves into?
No, but they're going to learn.
That's right. I mean, good times.
They're going to find out real quick. I don't know where else I'm going with that.
All right.
But Tim Hasselbeck going to join us at 1 o'clock today. Looking forward to that with him and asking him about different draft prospects. There's one in particular that is I don't know. Obviously, we gravitate towards it because we know it. We know him. But Diego Pavia is an interesting discussion right now.
Is it not? You bring his name up, people are like, no, they get so upset at Diego Pavia.
Well, some are like, yeah, I think so too. Or they're like, screw him.
Yeah, right. No, nobody to be stupid to take him. I think some team in the 7th round takes him. Grabs him and takes him.
I do too. I would love to like somebody that's like, he's terrible. He's bad for the game. He's, because he's got personality and everything. And look, I don't agree with everything he does. He handled the Heisman loss poorly. And sure. I said that. Was disappointed in him there, but I'd love to spend time with someone that just absolutely despises him because he has personality, just to see the lack of personality that person has.
Well, every Tennessee football fan hopes he doesn't get drafted.
Well, sure, and I get that.
That's fine.
Like, I understand. Like, they should feel that way.
But last I checked, the NFL is not really full of choir boys.
It is not,
right. So I know he did the Gruden thing last night. We'll do a deeper dive into it during the show, but I mean, good for him. I mean, look, pursuing his dream, and he'll get the opportunity to do that. And whether it's the NFL or CFL or wherever, he still get to go and do that. I still think he's fit for the CFL game. But look, as our buddy Tim Hasselbeck says, make all 32 teams tell you no.
I'm excited about this because I hadn't seen this yet, and I literally just went to ESPN.com, and this is the headline: Schrager's new NFL mock draft. What he's hearing on the Titans at 4.
I don't mind Peter Schrager.
No, he does a good job.
For some odd reason, he follows me on social media.
Does he?
I don't know why. I've never talked to the guy.
I interviewed Titans general manager Mike Borgonzi for the Schrager Hour in March, and he made pointed statements about Robert Saleh's previous teams always having, quote, waves of pass rushers. That might suggest Tennessee could think about Bailey or Reese if they're still on the board, or perhaps even Miami's Reuben Bain Jr., but I just don't think the Titans will pass on Jeremiah Love. This is a dynamic player who can do it all. He ran for 1,300 or more yards and 18 touchdowns last season.
Okay. You could have written that.
Okay, yeah.
Well done. As we talked yesterday, and we will talk for the next 16 days until they go up there with the card and say Jeremiah Love is our guy, I won't believe it.
Yeah.
I still think at 2 and 3, somebody's going to screw this up with the Cardinals and the Jets and take him. And then we're all part of the love train right now, and it's great. But until that happens Thursday night at 6, 7, whatever time it is, I still won't believe it.
I hope that if he is drafted by the Titans and they introduce him, they play the love train.
That's too much personality. NFL won't do that. You know that?
No, I'm talking about the Titans.
Oh, yeah.
Titans need to do that.
Yeah, when they bring him out. Yeah.
I think that would be good. But
Probably not.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by Wilson County Hyundai.com. Joseph, what is our question of the day?
All right. I'm fascinated by this Artemis rocket in space.
Oh, me too.
Right? And then it's like, hey, but my thing, didn't we go to the moon already? Allegedly, right? We went to the moon.
We've allegedly landed twice on
Right.
the moon. Apollo 11 and Apollo
Creed.
Apollo Creed.
So I get the excitement, and I love it. I am like, this is great. They are farther away than any human's ever been from Earth, okay? So I'm thinking, would I do this? Would I go into space? Or a question is, if you did go into space, and this is a heavy pause, what do you name your rocket ship? Right? So if you go to space, what do you name your rocket ship? Right? And there's an emotional, like I would name it after my mother.
Yeah.
Right? I would name it Mar. I mean, because she was out of this world, beautiful, wonderful, on another level. I would name it Margie. What would you name your rocket ship? We're adding ship to this, right? We're not just asking about your rocket. The rocket ship. What would you name if Chase McCabe is going off into space? What's the name of your rocket ship?
Sawyer 1.
Sawyer 1.
For my dog that
for
passed away.
Okay, I'm surprised you went with that.
Yeah, I mean, I could. The easy one is Dad, but you know,
Charlie.
Yeah,
I like that better than Sawyer 1.
Charlie.
I think it's kind of cool, right?
Yeah. Charlie 1.
Your dad always thought you were out of this world anyway, mentally. Now,
true.
So now you're in space. I just think it's really cool. All right, Dr. Crane, you're up now. What do you name your rocket ship? You get to name your ship like Artemis. What are you naming it?
Rigatoni 12.
Rigatoni 12. Why?
12 symbolizing, the 12 apostles of Jesus.
Okay.
And rigatoni being pasta. It's one of the most versatile pastas you could ever use and eat. And it's a versatile rocket ship.
I was not prepared for that one right there, but thank you for that.
You're welcome. You could do anything with rigatoni.
Now I'm hungry. Could you build a shack on the beach?
Sure.
With rigatoni? Think careful on the anything.
I'm talking about edibly. That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Yeah. All right. It's a simple question, but again, I was watching this morning, I was watching last night, the Artemis rocket. I think it's very cool. And well, if you had a chance, we did the question they wanted. What would you name the first city on Mars? That was fantastic. What are you naming your rocket? I'm after my mother. I'm going to do those other things you would do that to name your rocket ship.
Our question of the day is presented by Aries Tactical. Your safety, your skill. Your Aries Tactical first-time shooter, shoot for free. Just tell them that I, Chase McCabe, sent you, and check them out at ariestactical.com. 615-737-1025.
I don't think you can go to space. I think you're too tall. Aren't you too tall? I mean, what are you, 6'9"?
I don't know. 6'4".
6'6" easily. I don't think you can go. No, I think Dr. Crane can easily go to space.
Dave says 6 Apollo missions landed on the moon. One guy took a 6-iron. I thought they only went out twice, though.
I don't know. Here's a question for you. Who took the picture of Neil Armstrong getting off the lunar module?
That's a great question.
Right?
Yeah.
Who took that picture?
That's a great question.
Buzz Aldrin. He'll punch me in the face. So I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
6. I didn't know. I just know I know 2. I know Jim Lovell was going to go, and he couldn't. That's Apollo 13.
Yeah. Well, that the oxygen tank blew up, so they had to scrap it.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, now I got to look this up because I thought we only landed on the moon twice.
All right. I mean, this show it's part of history, man. We get you learn something new every day on the show.
People start yelling at us. We did it 6 times, damn it.
Did they? You did.
I don't know. I mean, like I know there were ones that went like this one that went around the moon and all this, or went to the moon but didn't land on it.
Right. I just don't why. I mean, I get it. We're excited, but we landed on the moon. This is not landing on the moon.
Yeah.
All right. If you go up in the spaceship, you got to take 2 people with you. Who you taking?
I'll be damned. Humans have landed on the moon 6 times, all during NASA's Apollo program between 1969 and 1972. A total of 12 American astronauts have walked on the lunar surface, and 24 astronauts have traveled to the moon. Apollo 17 was the final crewed mission to the moon. Successful landings: Apollo 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, and 17.
Really? I thought twice as well. I must have been out that day
yeah.
we talked about in history class.
I guess. Well,
those
audience,
last ones, nobody talks about it.
Y'all have a good day, everybody.
We're going to take a history class this afternoon. So when was the last moon landing? That was 17?
Yeah, Apollo 17. These are some good ones. So let's see. 4312 Enterprise just has to be live long and prosper. Well, one of the prototype of the space shuttle was named the Enterprise.
That's right. Correct.
Devin and Dixon, I'd name it the Intimidator. Every alien ship out there would know not to screw with us.
That's a great one.
0388, I'd paint it orange, paint a 01 on it, name it the General Lee.
Oh, yes.
Adam in Clarksville, the Intimidator, number 3. Jim Chandler, our buddy Jim from Totally Hits 93.3, I would name my rocket ship Houston just to mess up communication. Roger, Houston. This is Houston.
That takes some thought to get into that one.
As an aside, my daughter last night asked me who this Houston guy they keep talking to is. She said he must be very important because that's the only person they speak to, and he's probably pretty old because he's been working there since the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Our first one, 1698. The moon landing was fake.
The moon landing was fake. Okay. Tell us why it was fake.
Yeah. Look, I'm all ears on this. I'm all about conspiracy theory.
I need you to watch a movie the next couple of nights called Capricorn 1.
Okay.
O.J. Simpson's in it. Elliot Gould's in it. It's about faking the moon landing. It is a great.
Okay.
And they find out that it's fake. And so they go to kill the astronauts and they all escape. It's really, really, really good. Capricorn 1.
3332 says the most iconic photos of Neil Armstrong on the moon, including his first steps, were captured by an automated Westinghouse television camera mounted on the lunar module's modular equipment stowage assembly unit.
In 1969.
I guess. I'm just reading it.
I mean, I hope we went to the moon. I think we did. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to pull that off. You'd have to get other nations in on a conspiracy to do this as well. And everybody, as we've learned in life, everybody loves to talk. There's no way you hold this. There's no way you keep this secret.
Yeah, I don't know. Is the movie you're talking about a Stanley Kubrick?
No, I don't think Kubrick did this one.
Oh, Darren in Nashville that's saying the moon landing was fake says Stanley Kubrick directed it.
That's what the rumor is.
Yeah,
that he did do that. Yeah, but Capricorn 1 is the one. And then like George Clooney had one too that came out, but it's on that kind of one. But yeah,
Apollo 13 is a great. You know what movie was on last night? I was watching the Preds game and doing the Preds game, and then flipping through other channels, and it was one that I just had to stop on. Castaway.
Oh, it's really good.
The Titans are mentioned.
That's right. He's like, hold on, they were 1 yard away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Capricorn 1 thriller, which a reporter discovers that a supposed Mars landing by crewed mission to the planet has been faked via conspiracy involving the government and the crew themselves. It's a really good movie. James Brolin, Sam Waterston, and O.J. Simpson.
Interesting.
And like I'm not going to ruin it for you. There's one scene in there that'll blow your mind.
2438 says, haven't been on the moon once. We have more technology in our phone than they had on all the Apollo programs.
That's correct. I think I read that. That is right.
I don't know. I'm all about a conspiracy.
All right. You're Apollo 13. You got 2 people to go up with you. You can pick 2 sports people, icons to go with you. Alive. They're going to be alive now. Who goes with you? Like Apollo 13 had the 3.
Yeah.
It's Chase and 2 others. Who do you take with you to space? Sports people.
I don't know. Let me think on that.
I'm taking Joe Theismann because he will not shut up the entire time.
Yeah.
And probably, I don't know, maybe who else would I take? Joe Theismann, another sports person. I don't know, maybe somebody like Akeem Olajuwon.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'd let him fly just like an airplane.
Right. He shows up in his Laker uniform to do that. So we got, you're going to stick with Sawyer 1 for the name of your rocket ship?
Yeah.
All right. Mine's Margie and Rigatoni 12.
615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. We will Talk more about this and sports and other things coming up next. Jason Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Congratulations to the Michigan Wolverines as they have won the NCAA title last night. Pretty good game, at least in the first half, and the Michigan able to pull away. UConn putting up a fight, but Michigan takes it and they win.
I make it a point to watch all championship games, even my beloved baseball. I'll try to watch the World Series because those don't happen all the time, and you're crowning a champion. So I know someone said that was a terrible game. Look, not every game's going to go down the last shot like it was Villanova and Carolina back in 16. So, but congrats to Michigan. Michigan was 8-24 last year.
Yeah.
Right. So this whole thing now of looking back a year doesn't matter. I mean, all these teams are have new players. They don't care what happened last year. So the fact this was the first team to ever win it with 5 transfers. Did you know that?
Yeah. That's pretty incredible.
5 transfers.
I love that they already have the way too early top 25
in basketball.
Yeah.
Is Vandy in that?
Let me tell you. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
They are 24th.
Okay.
6 of the Commodores' top 7 scorers from the season are out of eligibility, but the one who could return is Tyler Tanner, who will enter next season as a preseason All-American, one of the premier guards in college basketball if he foregoes the NBA draft. What support could Mark Byington put around him? Chandler Bing carved out a role in the second half of the season, and Vandy has top 15 recruiting class with 3 top 100 recruits ready to make an impact. But Byington also has to find impact front court players from the portal. Projected starting lineup: Tyler Tanner, Anthony Brown Jr., Chandler Bing, Ethan Mbako, and Jackson Sheffield.
So I am officially back to not caring about basketball.
Yep, there you go.
Until next March. Thank you so much there. That's the way it is. It's become such a March sport for me that I really don't care the rest of the year what they do. Isn't that terrible? I hate being that way.
I mean, there's some sports. You know what I've been, and I know you want to talk about this here in a little bit, but like I've been locked into baseball. I think it's because I've been working these late Preds games so I can sit, and have the baseball games on and get ready for hockey and stuff. But I have been all about some baseball.
Okay. Why is that?
I don't know.
It's new spring. I get it.
It's spring. It's I don't know. It's a peaceful sport to me. Like it's kind of just makes me feel very chill.
Okay. I just don't, everything I see now is about the ABS.
Well, it's the big topic.
That's all, this umpire.
I wish you had been there with us at Sounds with Rick Sweet, because he's such a old school baseball guy, but he likes it and did a very good job of explaining why it's a good thing.
I just don't know why you can't do every pitch that way now. Boom, that's ball, strike immediately, and there you go.
So you're saying not even have the challenge system?
Just let it go. I mean, if you got that much technology, let it go. Why do you need umpires?
Because it's fun. Like to have the.
That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Because it's fun. We're old school baseball. Then stay old school baseball. There's nothing wrong with that. Stay old school.
No, they're not staying old school, because old school would say just give me the human element.
No, I mean that's it. You say it's fun. What's fun? Have the umpires?
Yeah, it's fun to see how good or bad they are.
Oh, what didn't that?
I mean, CD Buckner's terrible.
Yeah, you're right. It takes away the strategic element for the catcher, though, because catchers in the offseason, they work from the ground up. So when the pitch is being thrown down in the zone, they have their glove already on the ground and they throw it up to make like it's framed.
They're framing pitches, and you can't do that with ABS.
Well, then why can't you can't do that with ABS?
No, because all right, if he's a catcher.
I get. So you can't. I mean,
yeah, that's
ABS,
what I'm saying, because the ABS catches it all. So because it knows exactly where the ball goes into the zone. So if the catcher, let's say the pitcher's trying to Greg Maddux and paint the inside corner, but he's just a little outside, Javi or Eddie Perez was going to catch it and frame it inside and hope to get that call.
If technology's that good, why can't we do that every pitch? Every pitch, boom, there you go. They're that fast with technology.
Because they don't want that, because the catchers then you lose the strategy of framing pitches.
But isn't that wrong, framing pitches?
I mean, that's
a part of the game.
It's a part of the game.
So then why do we have ABS? See, I'm just so confused. This is just, why can't we just play baseball?
We have ABS because sometimes there are calls that are completely egregious. Like I have seen a guy throw a bona fide strike down and inside, and an ump call it a ball, and it changes the course of the game.
Isn't there technology that advanced, that fast? When he throws a pitch, immediately it's on the board. Ball
Yes,
strike.
they've used it. You went to games where it was done.
Why can't we use it the whole game?
Because the players and the managers and the teams voted that they would rather have a challenge system, not have it every pitch. There were sounds games that you went to that it would pop up and it would say the ABS system is in play, and an ump would stand behind the plate and he had an earpiece that would say strike, ball, strike, ball, whatever. So now he's going to stay locked in and call them, but it was telling him what they were.
Okay. So now this Buckner guy, the umpire,
Yes.
I mean, he is.
But he was already terrible. I mean, here's the other good thing. Like Angel Hernandez, have you heard of him before? He finally retired because he was so bad. It's going to get rid of these umps that have just half-assed it for years.
Good. Okay. I like that. But if the technology's that good, that advanced, we should use it more instead of 3 times a game or whatever the rules. Twice.
Each team gets 2 challenges.
Then
I think that's fine. Why mess with that?
But if you get your challenge, if you win, you get to keep it, right?
Yes.
All right. I mean, now you get catchers tapping their head. You got batters tapping their. I mean, it's just
pitchers.
Yeah.
And it's like after 2 seconds. If it's 2.5 or 3 seconds, you're no longer able to challenge.
Now, I'm with. So one thing that Rick Sweet said that I thought was pretty funny. He was like, the pitchers don't need to challenge anything because the pitchers don't know what a strike or a ball is. Because they're going to think it's a strike every time. The catcher is the one that needs, like, if you're the defensive team, the catcher is who needs to challenge it.
So when I playing baseball, which I did actually, believe it or not, in my youth, the strike zone was the kneecap to the armpit, right? Wasn't that what it was? What, kneecap?
Kneecap to the chest, lower part of the chest, yeah.
The letters on the jersey.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's your armpit. Do that again.
Yeah,
that's
the letter. Yeah, you
armpit.
Go like waist up to the letters.
I was told we were always knees up.
Or yeah,
knees up.
You're right.
Yeah, there you go. So, and then now it got shorter, and I
think it's just above the knees.
They screwed it all up now, and it's like, come on, man. I mean, and the baseball people love it is the purity of it. It's so natural and unchanged throughout time, and now it's just a cluster. I mean, I've watched a few games, and that Buckner guy, he got some wrong this weekend, and the crowd was going crazy.
But see, people already didn't like him.
Okay, well now get him out of here.
4312 says it's fun watching CB Buckner look stupid. Gunner says framing is a skill. Framing won the USA, the World Baseball Classic against the Dominican Republic.
I thought the Venezuela.
No, he's won that game. Is what he's saying. 3797. I'm with Joe. It needs to go back to old school baseball. I've watched Cubs baseball my whole life because my dad was a fan. It's just not the same when you use all the technology. You need to go back to what the umpire calls is what the call is.
Yeah. Also, when there's 2 strikes, swing the bat. I hate you take a 3rd strike. You stand there, don't swing the bat. That drives me insane.
I'm with you.
So just swing the bat. I don't know. Baseball is always different because it had the 4 umpires on the field. Now look, you got technology. You can overturn a few things if the ball is a home run or not, if a guy's safe or out. I get all that stuff. Just use it as much as you can now.
I'm reading some Rocket names and debating if I should read them.
Read them all, man. That's our question of the day, man.
Gino says it's an abbreviation. Real American workmanship to dominate over the nebula's gamma rays.
I can't. I gotta.
Raw dong.
That's an acronym, right? Well done. Our question is, what do you name the rocket? If you're on that rocket ship, what do you name it? And we emphasize rocket ship when you go up.
Al says, I would name it Big Joe 1025 as Joe lifts us all up each and every day.
Oh, man, that thing would not get off the ground if you name it that.
Dennis says, I'd name it Homer with a picture of Homer Simpson on the capsule saying, where are we going?
Wasn't there something Simpsons related on a plane or a rocket or something?
Well, there's an episode where he goes to space with Buzz Aldrin.
No, this is real. Like in real life, there was something that had a Simpsons theme to it.
I don't know.
Yeah. But would you go into space? Would you do the Katy Perry thing where you go up for like 12 minutes and come down? You would.
Absolutely.
Would you call yourself an astronaut?
No, but I love space. Like, I mean, I'm a Star Trek, Star Wars nerd. Like, I love space. Absolutely. I would absolutely. Like, if Elon or whoever came out and said, we have built the Starship Enterprise and we're going to go do a 1-year mission and go around the Milky Way or whatever, and we need entertainment, I'd be like, sign me up. I'll go
do that for 1 year.
I'd go do radio inside the Starship.
For
be
1
great.
year. For 1 year.
Hell yeah. That'd be awesome.
You know who wouldn't let you go?
That like 7 people. Ricky.
Your mother.
And my mother.
Go. And I don't think you would go.
Yeah.
I don't think you. I mean, I get it. What's your favorite all-time space movie then?
All time?
All time.
I mean, probably The Empire Strikes Back. I mean, that's a really good one. Did you ever see the movie Space Cowboys?
Yeah.
With
James Garner and
Clint
Eastwood, and
yeah,
all those guys. It's pretty good.
So a guy that my mom went to high school with wrote that.
Oh, nice.
Was one of the
You're just now dropping this on me?
Well,
it's been a while now.
Just now talking.
You know what movie I can't turn off when I watch? Just drives me crazy. The Martian.
Yeah.
I can't. I watch it every time and it drives me crazy. To be that, look, I like being alone, but that isolated, we don't know what's happening. That would drive me crazy.
Do you consider Independence Day a space movie?
No. You got to go into space. Wow.
They do go into space.
Okay. I think more space travel.
Yeah.
I think more space travel. I've watched that movie 1,000
It's a great
times.
movie. Bill Pullman, man.
When he turns the computer on and says they're using the satellites to take us out.
Yeah.
It's a great scene.
You are Tom Arnold. Or is that who it is? Or no?
In what movie?
In Independence Day.
Tom Arnold. He's not in it.
No, not Tom Arnold.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
You are Randy Quaid.
Hello, when he's going up.
And like I could totally see you, like you're in the plane and you look down, you tap the picture of like your son and daughter and granddaughter and go like, die, you son of a
right into it, man. That's a really good question. The Empire Strikes Back, I really like The Mars. I guess because it's more recent. But have you seen Interstellar?
Yes. Is that with that? All right.
I don't think I've seen it twice and I still don't get it. I don't think I'm that smart.
I went and saw that in theaters.
Oh,
and I walked out so damn confused.
Right?
I'm like, what? And I literally was like, I'm gonna have to watch it again, and I haven't done it. But yeah, no, the McConaughey, right? Yeah,
all these breakdowns, and it's a spoiler alert.
It's a great movie.
But at the end, when I found out that's his daughter, when he comes back, I was shook. I was like, what? I mean, it was that good.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a great, I mean, but it like your head literally hurts when you
right.
Like you know, like that's like a thing. Like you watch something where you're having to really think, and like you can literally feel your brain. That's how I felt when I walked out of that movie.
You're like, wait, hold up. Did you see? You were in high school. Did you watch it?
I've watched it thousands of times. I love that movie.
Do you still get it?
Yeah, I get it now. Yeah. So like, near the end, when you have all the alien talk, whatever, where he's in all that giant bookshelf and he's falling into different parallels.
Yes.
So when he's falling into different parallels, that's him basically falling into deeper into time. So as it's going through on Earth, he's going into like thousands and thousands of years or minutes, that is, because it's like, I think it said 35 years every second or something. Yeah. So then when he ends up seeing his daughter on the other planet that has a weird gravity pull because there was a baseball that went through the window and it was like sideways. She was like 93. He was like 39.
Yeah, it was crazy. And the whole time I'm thinking, I could never leave my daughter.
Yeah.
I could never leave her. And I get it was for the good of mankind, but I couldn't leave my girl. I just couldn't do it.
If you recognize in the movie on the electronic board of that robot, it was keeping all those messages away from him. I don't know if you recognize when he's crying and sitting down and watching those videos.
Yeah.
Supposedly, from what I've read online and stuff, that robot is keeping all those away from him, so it would not distract him from.
Mind blown again.
Yeah, it wouldn't distract him from the ultimate mission.
By the way, this picture from Artemis of like you see the lunar surface and the Earth, they're called the Earth set.
Yeah.
Like that is so badass.
It's very cool. Although most of the pictures now of Artemis, pictures of the moon, include a Buc-ee's and a Dollar General.
I know. It's crazy.
So you guys
and a Hunt Brothers pizza.
You guys in your Photoshop are great, man. Crazy. There's no doubt that there's a Hunt Brothers pizza up there somewhere.
Oh, no doubt. Well, I want to see. Supposedly they went by where we did land, so I want to see, is the flag still there? Like,
It's a great question.
that'll shut up some conspiracy theories.
They're like, oh, damn it, we took the flag down. Quick, Dr. Crane, real quick, go put the flag up on the set over there. Maybe that's what Area 51 is. Maybe that's the sound
I love all
stage.
these craters that are on the moon too. Hey, there's Greg Pogue.
Waving. He's waving with the sign says, "Can you do my show Saturday?"
We'll have more come in here on Chase and Big Joe. 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Tim Hasselbeck will join us in 20 minutes. 2104 says, when talking about naming a rocket ship, name it the Schwartz as homage to Spaceballs.
That's a good one.
It's a great movie,
Yeah.
by the way. Oh, yeah. 9270 says, Howie Klausner wrote Space Cowboys, lives in Franklin. Great guy. That's who my mom went to school with.
He's still here?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Yeah, very cool. But I remember seeing that movie when it came out in like 2000.
You're just a baby.
We had some good movies in the year 2000. Castaway was one of them. Space Cowboys. There was another one that I was looking up. I think it was a Costner movie.
Is it 13 Days?
Yes.
13 Days.
Great movie.
His accent's so bad in that.
You know what was on last night?
Preds?
The Preds were on. But also it was right after Castaway on AMC. It was hang on. You good?
You got this, buddy.
Well, nothing wants to work right. It was one of his movies. It came out like 2006. He worked for the Coast Guard.
Oh, is it the one with Ashton Kutcher?
Maybe.
Where he drowns and he's
the Guardian.
The Guardian. Yeah, that's it. He's the old codger trying to get out there and help out people.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That's a really good one.
Yeah. Yep. No, it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all.
He's done did you ever see For Love of the Game, Costner?
Oh, yeah. It's a good movie. He loves
movie.
baseball, so he's done a lot of baseball.
It's a real. What else? He did Field of Dreams, For Love of the Game, Bull Durham.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, you're forgetting a big one.
Right. That's right. Did you ever see The Trouble with the Curve with Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
And Justin Timberlake? It's
Yeah.
not a bad movie at
bad.
all. I love when the big fat guy can't hit the curve. He's like a smart ass.
Yeah.
You strike him out. It's really good. I mean, it's one you got to get into and watch. You just can't like skip by it, but it's a good one.
10 Cups Golf, right?
It is. Don Johnson's in that one.
Roy McAvoy was his name.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, there's some good ones that he's been in, like all those. But you ever seen there's a video out there, people watching Field of Dreams for the first time. It's like young kids are watching that. And at the very end, when it reveals that that's his dad, they lose it.
Yeah.
They just absolutely lose it and start bawling like that. It's a great, the soundtrack's good. James Earl Jones. I mean, that's such an iconic movie. And I hate when other people replicate that and voice other. I mean, just let James Earl Jones voice about why baseball is special.
It's Ray Liotta, right? That plays
Shoeless Joe.
Yeah.
And I think they got his Joe was left and he was right, or he was right and Joe was left. They screwed that up.
Yeah.
Have you seen 8 Men Out?
Also a good movie.
My first trip to Chicago, the first place I wanted to go was the Congress Hotel.
Yeah.
Because that's where they held the money behind. It's still there.
Yeah.
The safe is still behind the counter at the Congress Hotel. That is a great movie. And if you watch that movie, Shoeless Joe should be exonerated.
Yeah, I think so too.
Pretty much illiterate.
John Cusack is in there.
Yep.
Well, that was the thing. A lot of the guys didn't know what they were even agreeing to.
Yep.
So, Michael Rooker is in that movie.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
He had a birthday yesterday.
He did. Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
John Harvey.
It's so well done, and it's such a period piece. I mean, they look the part. Everything is about that time in 1919. It's a really very underrated movie that a lot of people should watch.
Oh, yeah. It's a good one. 8 Men Out. 1988. When that came out.
Yeah.
It was 1 year old.
What's it? I don't think we're leaving a baseball movie out. Damn Yankees is one.
Major League came out I think yesterday or the day before was the anniversary of Major League.
So it came out in 89.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Such a good movie.
It is. And Major League 2 gets a bad rap, but it's actually not bad.
Because is it Randy Quaid that's in that?
Yeah.
He's just heckling everybody?
Yeah.
That's a good one. We're leaving one out.
We're getting a prominent football movie.
What's that?
If you're getting a prominent football movie in the 2000 year, you're forgetting one.
Is that The Replacements?
No.
Remember the Titans?
Bingo.
Remember the Titans?
I thought that was 01.
That's nice. It's only 26 years ago. I saw Denzel Washington's turning 72.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, when did he turn 72? My Lord.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Good job, Dr. Crane.
Yeah, well done on that. I feel like we're leaving. There's one baseball movie that's killing me that I feel like we're leaving out.
Like just a great baseball.
Oh, The
movie?
Natural.
Yeah.
The Natural is Robert Redford. If you've not seen The Natural, that is one that might be the greatest baseball movie of all time. It's so good. Joe Don Baker's in it as Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Robert Redford's in it. Wilford Brimley's like 32 years old in that movie. He looks 75. I mean, it's such a, and when he's bleeding,
Yeah.
he's at the plate, and he knocks the lights out. I mean, it's such a good movie because the drama builds so much throughout, and you feel for Robert Redford through that entire movie. The Natural. Yeah.
A League of Their Own. That's another one.
I'm telling you, that could bring a tear to a glass eye.
Tom Hanks is tremendous in that movie.
And that little boy that his mom was raising him. I mean, at the very end, when he comes back to honor his mom, I mean, it's fun. It's aloof, but it's really, really, really good. They filmed it up in Evansville, and that park is still there, and you go by and see it. But that's such a good movie, and Hanks is so good in that. And Madonna and Rosie O'Donnell and other people in that, really good.
So there's a MLB.com did a top 25 baseball movies of all time list.
Okay. Me 5-1.
5-1. Number 5, 8 Men Out. Number 4, Field of Dreams. Number 3, Gary Cooper, The Pride of the Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2, A League of Their Own. And number 1, Bull Durham.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Is that? There's like a lot of cameos in Bull Durham, right?
I know, it was Susan Sarandon, Costner, Tim Robbins, the guy that used to have a radio show on the station at the beginning, Robert Wool.
Oh, yeah,
That's his
Robert
name.
Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah.
I'd have gone Field of Dreams on that list.
I probably would have gone number 1 for that.
Yeah.
Moneyball 6, The Natural 7, The Sandlot 8, Everybody Wants Some. I don't know that one. 9, Major League 10.
Okay. What's Everybody Wants Some? Is that Van Halen? Everybody Wants Some.
Bad News Bears at 11.
God,
the original one
is a fantastic movie.
Damn Yankees is at 16.
Good one.
42 at 19. It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie of the Year at 20. That's a good one. Mr. 3000. Why is this on the list?
Is that Tom Selleck?
No, that's Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac. Okay.
Angels in the Outfield. 61 with the asterisk.
Yes.
It's a good
Barry
one.
Pepper's in that. Barry Pepper also played
Dale Earnhardt.
Attaboy.
For Love of the Game is 25.
Nice. All right.
There you go. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 1 next. 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 the game on this Tuesday. Tim Hasselbeck will join us here in a few minutes. Looking forward to that.
As we get ready for the draft in
Yes, we
16
do.
days. We're kind of that land of you're ready for it, and there's some things out there you're still talking about, but it's like, get the draft here already.
So this literally just popped up on my timeline on X, the first ever Baltimore Ravens game. And it says the success of the Baltimore Stallions in the CFL helped make this possible. Raiders versus Ravens, 1996, week 1.
So that'd be Ted Marchabrota as the head coach.
And Johnny Unitas walks out with the football.
Who is Stoney Case, the quarterback of that team?
Maybe. It's the NFL on NBC, too.
NFL NBC.
That's crazy.
Because the last game played at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore was against the Oilers.
Ravens, Oilers.
Yeah, like Derek Mason played in the last game at Baltimore's Memorial Stadium.
That's cool.
And Unitas came out in that game too.
Yeah.
That'd have been in 97.
Let's see. Yeah, they're showing the owner.
Like, who was
Art Modell.
Art Modell. Yeah, that stadium was being built. I'm curious who the quarterback, because they came here in like 80.
He wears 12.
99. It was terrible. Was Testaverde on that team?
Maybe.
Now you got me going. I hate when you do this.
Hang on. I got it right here. All right. It was Vinny Testaverde and
Eric Zier.
Eric Zier.
Yep. And then go down. See the running backs? Number 23?
Ernest Biner.
23.
This what I'm looking at doesn't have numbers.
Randy Baldwin.
Oh.
That was my roommate in junior college.
Oh, wow.
He played for the Vikings, the Browns, and when the Browns moved to Cleveland, he was a running back. And then he got traded to the Carolina Panthers. Bam Morris. I mean, that's a good little team there. Jonathan Ogden.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis.
Lewis, was he a rookie?
He would have been a rookie. That's right. 96.
Because he never played for the Browns.
Never played for the Browns.
Yeah.
Drafted.
Michael Jackson was a wide receiver.
Yeah. Anthony Pleasant, defensive end at TSU. Mike Caldwell, linebacker from MTSU on that team. And it popped up on your timeline?
Yeah.
So that Raiders
So
team,
wait, in 1996, Vinny Testaverde was 33. Did he retire at 60?
he played forever, right? Look at Testaverde.
He's
was
62 now.
Good Lord. He played 6 years for the Bucks, 3 years for the Browns, 2 years for the Ravens, 6 years for the Jets, 1 year for the Cowboys, 1 year for the Jets again, 1 year for the Patriots, and 1 year for the Panthers. He just stuck around for a long time.
So he played in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s?
God, he did, yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
He had better stats than Stabler, Namath.
Yeah. Bless you. Bless you. We will.
I'm allergic to bad.
You are. We'll come back with Tim Hasselbeck. We'll talk to him coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 1025 the game. Hour number 2, 102.5 The Game, Chase and Big Joe. Time to talk some NFL, some Titans with our man Tim Hasselbeck from ESPN and also the head coach at Ainsworth. Tim, what's up? How you doing?
Doing great. How you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic. Happy birthday, sir, from a belated, but happy birthday. I know it was yesterday.
Thank you. What do you think? I look pretty good for 58?
Well, here we go, Tim. Our Dr. Crane has from celebrity birthdays yesterday. Please enjoy.
Chase McCabe, how old today is one Tim Hasselbeck?
Our
Today's
man.
Tim Hasselbeck's birthday.
Oh, we gotta text him. Happy birthday.
Yep.
I'm gonna say Tim is 52.
53.
He's 48 and tag this, so you guys think he's older than what he is.
Sorry, Tim.
You know,
I
Good
was
Lord.
I was thinking Matthew because he's older. So I apologize, Tim.
Sorry, Tim.
Dude, 52? Wait a second. Like, Matthew's not even 52. He's older than me. Like, that's hurtful.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry,
Do I
Tim.
really look 52? Like,
No,
I mean,
no, you don't. You don't at all. So Matthew's 50.
he's 50. And so, like, I mean, that, I'm not going to lie, that wounded me a little bit. I will say this, like, one thing about losing your hair when you're younger, you know, like, I was taking my helmet off in college and there was a lot of hair showing up in the helmet. And I was like, oh, it's not, you know. So the comb over was like, you know, mid-20s. And then, you know, then it was fire it before it quits on you kind of thing. So basically from like 30 on, I'm going to have the same hairstyle. I do feel like that helps, right? Like, shouldn't that help from like 50 to like 65?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
I would think so too.
Well, I mean, I said 33, so they wasn't clipped on that right there.
Yeah,
Just letting you know.
I know you didn't say 33, but you know, I joke. I said 58 because it's like, well, if you tell people like, hey, I'm 50, like, oh, you look good for 58. It's like, yeah, because I'm 48. That's why.
Oh, yes. Oh, that is good. Well, we hope it was a good birthday, and I apologize for saying you were 52. So
Man, that's gonna take me a while to forgive you.
I know. Let's talk football though. I've been intrigued, and we haven't really brought him up with you a ton, but you know, I saw that Diego Pavia is going to visit with the Panthers. He's obviously doing the Gruden stuff, you know, on Barstool. What's kind of your thoughts on him as a potential NFL quarterback?
I think that a lot of people are going to look at him and love the football player. You know, I think they're just going to see his production at the college level in a super athletic conference, which, you know, is going to produce a bunch of draft picks and has produced a bunch of people that, you know, that are playing in the National Football League. So I think, well, look, in some ways, like Vandy, you know, part of their attraction to him is saying, like, wait a second, we saw this guy play against Auburn, you know, at New Mexico State. Like, how would he do here? And so I think there's going to be a lot of people that, you know, appreciate the football player that he is. I don't think there is going to be teams that look at him and say, like, he someday can be our starting quarterback. I don't think anyone's going to see that type of potential in him. And I think that when people say, like, okay, but is there a Taysom Hill opportunity for him? I think the testing numbers are going to really work against him. So, you know, it's kind of a long-winded way for me to say, I think it's very likely that he goes undrafted. I could see somebody in the final 2 rounds saying this guy's just too good of a football player for us not to find out what he could do for us. And so, you know, maybe he's a 6th, 7th round draft pick, and, you know, who knows how a team sees him. But I think if he were to have tested better, because if you look up the testing numbers for a guy like Taysom Hill, I mean, they're freakish. So I think that it would be a different conversation.
Do you think that he may get advised of switch positions? There was always talk with Tebow, should he play a H-back role, something like that. Do you see that with him, or do you think the size could play against him?
So here's what I'd say. So Tebow is obviously significantly bigger, right? So I think that would be the first point. I think the thing with Tebow is, and it's a little bit like what I would say about like Taysom Hill, like Tebow couldn't run like Taysom Hill. Tebow was physical, but, I don't think anybody really saw him as kind of like a fast twitch athlete. So I think a position move is unlikely just because of the size, where Tebow was significantly bigger, probably aligned more in terms of, how, some off the ball tight ends, their stature. I think that's what, Tebow, matched up much more with that. What I could see somebody doing is, checking him out as a quarterback and feeling like he could play in certain situations, short yardage, third and, short, thing where he could be a player in that environment where you could trust him in the quick game as a passer. You could definitely runner. He could make decisions in the run game, to give the ball rather than to keep it. There would have to be a lot of real estate that you invest in that in terms of practicing and things like that. And that just seems like a path teams won't be likely to go down.
Tim, let me ask you this. Say he gets to the 7th round and Pavia is still there, but he likes that maybe he could go to the Lions, right? And then but the Lions aren't going to draft him. And there might be another team that drafts him. Can his agent say, listen, don't draft him. We want to sign with the Lions. That 7th round, is it better to be a 7th round pick no matter where you go, or an undrafted guy getting to pick where you think you have the best opportunity to play? I personally think getting drafted goes with you the rest of your life, and it's a cool thing, but also you want to play. So would you rather be a UFA, or would you rather be drafted in 7th round at a place where you might not play?
I think and I've heard a lot of people, talk about this, like, oh, hey, like you'd rather the choice, right? So you don't get drafted, and now, you can look at the roster of all these teams and you choose which one's the best fit. I would disagree and push back on that. These teams only have so many draft picks. They hold them in high regard, and they're super valuable. Do teams cut 7th round draft picks every year? Of course they do. But you only get so many picks. If in a team gets 7 and they're willing to use one on you, like that means that they like you. That means there's some level of investment. There are people in the building that think you have a chance to help that football team. I think it is always better to get drafted than to be an undrafted guy, and now you're trying to assess which place is the right place for you. So I feel strongly about that. Having been an undrafted guy, who was quickly cut before training camp, it's just the path to opportunity when you're undrafted. There are a lot of things that need to fall your way for it to work out.
Yeah, I agree. I think getting drafted would be really special to do all that. Do you think when Pavia last night was on the Gruden quarterback show and all that, can a guy hurt or help himself by going on there?
Oh, for sure. I think that the Gruden stuff is, when you look at these evaluations that, guys like me do on TV, by and large, they're incomplete evaluations, because in my estimation, a massive part of the quarterback evaluation process is the ability to sit down and talk with a guy, like hear his explanation of things, hear him describe what he knows or what he's looking at or what he thought, and then also understand what he's like in a quarterback meeting room. Can he explain something? Can he digest something and then, be ready to go execute it? Can, like, all of the different things, that you would, you just don't like in my position, on TV, I don't get that opportunity. I don't have combine interviews. I don't have pro day interviews, with the guys to do that stuff. And so the Gruden stuff is as close that you can get to some of the interactions that you get in a quarterback meeting room. And I've seen those cripple quarterbacks where, a coach, like ask a guy to draw something on the board or explain something or call a play, and guys just can't do it. Well, you have no shot if you can't do that. Never mind to operate it, on a football field. So, and then what you can see is like, how much does the guy like take command of an environment like that? Like how would he be in our quarterback meeting room? So I think that, I think Gruden does a great job with those. I think people have tried to recreate them and have not done a good job of recreating it. And I think that it's actually good and entertaining stuff that quite frankly kind of goes on a little bit in some of the quarterback interview process.
Now, I have no idea whether this happens or not, but is that unedited? I mean, he's not going to put something out. Gruden would not put something out there to make somebody look bad. I don't think. Everyone seems to do well and has a good grasp of everything. I don't know how the editing process works of like, man, this guy was really, nothing comes to mind. I know there are examples like this guy didn't know some of this or some of that, but overall, I don't think Gruden's going to do something to make somebody look bad.
Well, no, but like I forget who the quarterback was when he did one with him a few years ago. It was like, tell me the play. And a lot of these like spread offense, up-tempo offenses, they got these like one-word plays. It's just like, oh yeah, we'll give the line of scrimmage, got a little Toledo. And it's like, that means this. And then I clap my hands. And so like in some ways for that, not that NFL teams don't know this, but like in some ways, for that, it's like, oh, okay. Like this is going to be a big learning curve. Because now you got to walk into a huddle, call two plays, at the same time because you're packaging a play for a third down scenario, and then you're going to get up to the line of scrimmage. You're going to use this dummy cadence. You're going to go through all of this. Like, that's a big jump. That's there's a huge leap from that to what you do in the National Football League. So I've seen guys I think not look great in doing some of this stuff with Gruden. And then I've seen guys where I'm like, that guy's pretty impressive. Like that's pretty impressive for a guy his age in that environment.
He is Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst. We'll have more with him coming up next on Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game, continuing our conversation with Tim Hasselbeck from ESPN and the head coach at Innsworth here on this Tuesday. What do you think is going to happen with this Dexter Lawrence situation?
It's interesting. My guess is I think ultimately because holdouts and stuff, have, in this current environment are just so expensive that, I think it eventually gets worked out that he remains with the team.
So you think it would behoove the Giants to keep him and not try to trade him?
Yeah, I think listen, good players leaving is always no one wants good players to leave. I mean, just look, especially guys that are in your front. Like, think about, like Myles Garrett wanted out of Cleveland. It's so hard to let good players go. Like, look at what it was going to have to take to get Max Crosby out of, Las Vegas. I think when you have good players, even when they're unhappy in your front, I think teams, for the most part, find ways, even when the teams aren't good, to work it out. I mean, look, Jeffrey Simmons here is a good example. The team has not been as good as, Jeffrey Simmons would like. I think there's probably been times, not that he said this, but there have been times that he's been frustrated and, being moved to a better team, he probably would have been okay with. But I don't think anyone's ever really considered it. When you have really good players in your front, it's unusual for them to get traded. It's why, like, the Micah Parsons trade, was so unusual, right? And it's like people couldn't believe that it happened. So, I mean, without knowing any details of how mad he is, what he wants, what the Giants would be willing to do, I just think that when you have good players in your front, teams are really, hesitant to trade them.
Tim, I got a question here from a guy named Leland. Says Diego Pavia, if he does not get drafted and his options are the CFL and the UFL sticks around for a while, what would be better for a quarterback like Pavia, the CFL or the UFL?
I would say, just based on track record in terms of historically, the CFL has helped, right? I mean, obviously it's been a while, but there are guys that have gone up and played there that did get an opportunity. And I think there's an element of going and playing there. Your commitment oftentimes can be longer.
Mm-hmm.
And so guys that do it for multiple years, it's a signal to, the NFL, like, look, this guy is going to do whatever it takes. The UFL and those types of opportunities, they're shorter, and in the off season, they're at a time where, you miss a lot of, you miss things that are going on here. So to get signed at the end of that season, I think is a little bit different. So, that would be my initial reaction to it. And let me be clear, I do think he's going to end up in someone's camp.
Right.
And I do think that playing in the preseason, I think he'll play well. It's just a matter of, like, just take this as the example. Like, the Panthers are a good example of, who's visiting them. Look, they have their starter. He is a guy, their starter is a guy that's not a real big guy. And so would they ever say, like, look, 3rd and 2 or shorter, you're going to play quarterback? If you're going to go in, and we could have power read stuff, we could have option stuff, and we would trust you in the quick game to be able to pass in the quick game. Like, we're going to do that. Like, could you do that? Like, maybe you could. It's some outside of the box thinking, have to take some creative coaching, but would they be better in that environment than playing Bryce Young? I think so. I think you could be. It's just a matter of if a team is going to allocate the time, energy, and resources to do that.
No, I think it's a great thing. Also, if you go the CFL, I mean, the football is a little fatter, as I discovered a long time ago in the CFL. Does that help or hurt you when because they throw the ball 80 times a game. Would that help you at all, hurt you at all if you try to get back to the NFL? Because the way football is?
I'll say this. I'll say this about passing up there. It's cold, right?
Yeah.
I know I'm breaking news on that. But So, and when Doug Flutie went up there and played, that's a 5'9.5" quarterback going up and playing in brutal conditions in Canada. And look, I think his experience in Canada gave people the confidence that he could play in a city like Buffalo. And so there is a difference playing in bad elements. And so, in a passing league up there in a rough climate and cold weather, and quite frankly, the fact that his passing is, lags behind in terms of, how he would compare to other quarterbacks. Look, that's why something like that would not be a bad move for him.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. On another quarterback level, this whole Aaron Rodgers thing, he's going to let the Steelers know if he's coming back. Why are they letting him keep the team hostage? Why are we doing this again?
It's because I think he's still probably one of the best 32 starting quarterbacks on the planet. I mean, that's why, they're entertaining this. Now, I will say this. I think last year, Aaron dictated Pittsburgh's plans. This year, I could see Pittsburgh taking a quarterback. And so I think Aaron is a backup plan for Pittsburgh now. I think if things go a certain way, I could see Pittsburgh taking a quarterback. If they don't, then I think we'll say all right, well, Aaron doesn't have other options. He would be willing to play here. Let's run it back with him. I've been on record as saying I think it's time to turn the page. And, part of the reason I say it is, go into the season, draft Carson Beck at some point. Go into the season with Will Howard and Carson Beck. And then if it doesn't work out with those guys, you're probably drafting so low that you'll get a quarterback of your future or potentially of your future in next year's draft.
Tim,
bringing Aaron back, you're going to be picking outside of the top 16 picks.
Right.
You're going to be good enough, and that doesn't help you.
Steelers should hire you as GM, Tim.
Well, they shouldn't do that, but I think what happens is no one wants to endure. Listen, everyone thinks that they're going to have more than 1 year, but Aaron Glenn nearly got fired in New York.
Right. And
so going into a season with horrible quarterback play, Mike McCarthy's got his dream job. He doesn't want to lose it in year one.
No, you're exactly right. We're all hoping the Titans take Jeremiah Love at 4. But at 2 is the Jets, and at 3 it's the Cardinals, and they got a lot of dance partners. You see him getting to 4, Tim? I don't, because I think he'll be really good for the football team, and I just think that rug's going to be swept down underneath everybody. Do you think there's a chance he could get to 4, or do we not even know?
I think there's a good chance he gets to 4. Part of the reason I say that is, when you look at a lot of these mock drafts that come out, and I think it's important, and not that everyone's, perfect on these things, because they're not, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. But, a lot of these mock drafts, it's interesting. There's the evaluation of the players and maybe how the evaluator truly feels about them. But there's also a lot of talking to other teams. There's a lot of information shared. And I think when guys put together these mock drafts, they're not blind mock drafts. They're with information of people that are involved in this. And I've seen some where Love gets. I think I saw him get to, was it 12
Wow.
or 10? I think he got to 10. So he got all the way to 10. So, and this was one that I think ESPN had done with a number of our guys that are involved in it, so it was Mel, but, it was other guys that are involved in the process. It's like, wow, he got all the way to 12 or 10. I think it was 10. So I do think there's a chance he's still there at 4, because there's probably enough information out there that, people are, so this run on defensive ends is going to happen, early. And here's the other thing. I feel like in this mock draft I'm referring to, I think they had Bailey going to the Titans, right?
There's a
not
few.
only do they have him getting the 4, but they have, the Titans selecting the edge rusher.
It depends on what mock draft you look at. You've seen Bailey, you've seen Bain, you've seen Reese, you've seen Love. I mean, so it's kind of one of those 4 guys going to the Titans, depending on who's making the mock draft.
And don't you feel like it's been more Bailey than anyone else?
Probably, yeah. I feel like
Because
the last
that surprised me a little bit that Bain hasn't been there more.
Yeah, well, and I see him kind of moving towards the end of the top 10. Is what I've seen, but I haven't seen quite a few people say Love. So,
well, here's part of what I'll say on Love is after. Now, it's a while ago, but look, Adam's the best in the business. Adam is the absolute best in the business. In draft season, there's a lot of misinformation and stuff like that. Adam was pretty strong about, I don't want to say it was a month ago, but a few weeks ago, where he's like, I don't see the Titans taking Love. It was like a pretty direct thing. Now, I don't know if he's softened that or anything like that, but that to me is newsworthy when he says something as definitive as that. So, look, I think it could be Love. I think Love makes a ton of sense. I think Love makes sense to the Titans. I think it makes sense to the Commanders. I think it makes sense to the Giants. I think it makes sense to those 3 teams in a very, very big way. So, when Adam makes a comment like that gets my attention.
Are you saying that Love makes sense to the Titans because the Titans simply just, can use more offensive weapons? Or do you think Love makes sense for Cam Ward?
I think it makes sense for Cam Ward. And running back is a position I truly believe you can find outside of the first round. Just look at the league right now. There's plenty of productive players that you didn't come into the league as first rounders. And then there are some that came into the league as first rounders that aren't that great. Then there are the select few that they came in the first round and you're like, holy cow, this guy's going to change our franchise. Saquon Barkley, Bijan Robinson, guys like that. And I think there's an element of Love that he's so physically talented and he's skill set as somebody that you don't just have to hand the ball to him, that you can say, we can get this guy 20 touches. It's easy to get your running back touches. We can get this guy 20 touches. To have somebody touch the ball 20 times in your offense, that's a massive impact. It's touching the ball more than anybody other than your quarterback. And so that's why I think for a young quarterback, a running back that is elite can change a lot.
Isn't it funny how we've spent the last 10 years devaluing running backs, and yet now it's like, we want Jeremiah Love. Listen, I tell people,
have to have one.
We will never devalue running backs. They're part of the game forever. As much as they try to get rid of them, they're always going to be there.
But you can't overvalue the ones that aren't special.
Yes, correct.
That to me ends up being the difference. Not to someone have, shrapnel here, but Donald Brown, it was late first round, but Donald Brown was drafted in the first round. The Colts were on a run of it. I think Joseph Adai was drafted in the first round. It's really? Did you need to? But the special guys, it makes sense. If you're going to draft somebody that's not special at running back in the first round, that to me doesn't make sense. The special player makes sense in spades. It does. So that's what's valuable. What's valuable is the guy that can play longer than most running backs do, the guy that can handle. I think I forget who it was I looked at. I think it was Saquon Barkley. I think Saquon Barkley touched the football about 350 times his rookie season.
Ooh.
Special running backs can do that. So, and look, we would agree probably, Bijan Robinson, that guy's different than other running backs.
Yeah.
So I just, Christian McCaffrey, because of his versatility, he's different than other running backs, first round. Derrick Henry, we saw it here, defensive end, playing tailback, different than other running backs. But then there are other guys where it's he's good, but I don't know how great he is.
Let me ask real quick for you. I know we're over the thing, but I love talking to you about football. Do you tell your running backs when they're hitting the sideline to get out of bounds or take the contact if they get more yards? And I ask this because I remember when Kiffin was in Knoxville, one of the running backs went out of bounds, and he's like, we always seek contact. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not a big Lane Kiffin fan, but I like that mentality. But also, that's a wear and tear on a running back. So it's a fine line, right?
It is. I think you need to finish runs. I think you need to finish runs. That's what I think you need to do. Now, are there environments where it does make sense for some guys to, take hits off their bodies in pro football? Guys been in the back for a long time, and there's maybe some scenarios where, it makes more sense to fight another day. It is. Like, I'll admit that. But I think the general rule of thumb would be finish runs.
Love it.
And so, like, that's just, I think there's an element of that makes sense. And by the way, listen, I don't mind you guys keeping me longer because, like, look, if I can prove to people at 52 years old that I can finish segments and hits that go longer at my age, then, like, I can finish them, then I'm going to do that. All right?
Well, hey, I'm glad to know that. And by the way, Elizabeth called us and wants to go look at some homes, so we'll let you know what we find.
Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
buddy.
All right. You guys are the best. Good to be on with you.
Thank you, Tim. Happy birthday, man.
See you, fellas.
See ya. Tim Hasselbeck, ESPN NFL analyst and the head coach at Innsbruck. That's pretty good.
I just love pure football talk like that. I mean, that's from the coach's mindset and from his experience as a quarterback. I love that segment.
Yeah,
man.
no, it's about, and that what he was saying about Love right there. I mean, that's why I wanted to ask that. Is he a fit for the Titans or is he a fit for Cam Ward?
Great question.
And you heard he was very quick to say Cam Ward. We'll react to that and much more coming up next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Appreciate Tim Hasselbeck for joining us.
It's a great song, buddy. Good call.
It is. I love our texters too. Half of these I can't read, but they're
Is
good.
it back to our question of the day?
No, it's about love and
Okay.
different things.
All right.
Yeah. Touching the ball and yeah, we'll just leave it at
Okay.
that.
All right. Yeah, and now, Tim gets me even more excited about Jeremiah Love coming here. Even more reason for my heart to be crushed on draft night
That's what I'm worried about.
when Jerry Jones trades with the Jets
I
and takes
know.
Jeremiah Love at 2.
I know. We're gonna be doing the show, and it's like just like here we go, and then with the third overall pick.
Will you be disappointed if Ruben Bain shows up here now with
No.
all the love talk?
No.
It's tough.
No.
I mean, it's like,
But I do think that Love is my
it's a good movie on behind you.
okay. Well, on the stream where the TV is behind me, it was just a very weird view.
It's Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah,
That's on.
I know.
Let me ask you this question, and I'll ask our listeners this too as well. If you don't get Jeremiah Love, where do you hope he doesn't go to?
Well, I would say the easy answer is anywhere in the AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. Baltimore. Not that I think they would,
Right.
but I mean, at what point do they start thinking life after Derrick Henry? I mean, what is his?
Didn't the Jags lose ETN? Did they have a running back?
No, yeah.
The Saints.
Yeah, ETN
Right?
went to the Saints.
I mean, could the Jags
Cheating back there is
put
that good?
together a package with the Cardinals and say, look, I mean, you put Jeremiah Love with the Jags and how well Lawrence played at the end of last year and that team coming together. They got it. The Jacksonville defense is massively underrated. That's a good defense. If somehow Jacksonville squeezes up to 2 or 3, that is the worst case scenario for the Tennessee Titans if Love goes to one of those teams. Now you're facing him for the 6-7 years. Even if he's average, you're facing him for the next 6-7 years.
So Derrick Henry this year, his cap hit is about 5.6. Next year, that cap hit at 33 goes to 16.2.
Bye.
Now the dead cap is 14, so you're only saving a couple million.
Okay.
But there's some void years and other things. So he's scheduled to be a restricted free agent in 2028 at age 34.
If you are, I'm going to go back to the Jags because I don't think the Ravens are in play here. Do you give up a lot to get Love? I would.
Do they even have a first round pick?
I don't know. Did they give it up for did they get back for did they trade the guy?
Cleveland has their first.
Because with Hunter, right?
That's
Wasn't
correct.
that part of the
I
trade to
believe
get
so.
Hunter?
God,
So I don't even think they have a first round pick.
Okay. Well,
So I mean, they would have to.
Colts aren't moving up because they got their running back.
The one I'd be worried about in division is Houston. I mean, you say no?
Now they got like 5 running backs that are 30 years old. It's like Nick Chubb.
Yeah,
David
but they don't
Montgomery.
have Jeremiah Love. I don't think they have a first round pick either.
But didn't they trade for Montgomery?
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
Lions?
that's right, they did.
Montgomery.
That's right, they did. They don't have a first round pick either.
Yeah, I don't know. I just good. Now I feel better now that the Jags don't have a, and the Colts aren't going to do anything, and the Jags don't have a pick. So we're good there. That makes me feel a bit better. But the Jets, man, and those Cardinals, the hapless Arizona Cardinals are going to do something. They need so much that they trade that third pick and gobble up so many other draft assets and capital, whatever you call it, on down, so they could load that team up because they're in the division where 3 teams in their division can win the Super Bowl, and they can't. And they still lost to the Titans last year. This is a pivotal scene in Silence of the Lambs. Do you know where he goes to help? You know where that senator's from in Silence of the Lambs?
No.
Tennessee.
Oh, really?
He's in Memphis.
Memphis.
He's like, Senator, your suit looks great.
We'll come back with more in hour number 2 of Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. You can listen to us, obviously, on the air on the Game Nashville app and also on YouTube at 102.5 The Game. So be sure to subscribe and check us out on the YouTube channel. See our smiling faces. Joe's got a little bit of a scowl.
Yeah, I do, because I'm worried about the Cardinals and the Jets ruining my draft night experience.
They could.
I really think Love could be such a great asset to this football team that would help Cam Moore. And that was a great question you asked Tim. It would help Cam. It's a la McNair George.
Big time.
Right? I mean,
well, that's what Coach told us.
That's exactly what Fisher said, and so to see that is so tangible. I mean, it's right there, but you got to worry what's going to happen 2 and 3. I mean, so is this scenario that the Titans are scared? They move up to 2 I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is if I'm Borgonzi, I don't sleep the next 16, 17 days, 16 days.
Yeah.
I just don't because it's so much could happen right there to say, hey man, what's going on?
Well, because I mean, a scenario that I wouldn't necessarily want is to have to trade up to get him. If they've said Love is the guy. Now, I do think it's interesting what Tim said that Schefter basically feels like they won't take Love. But if they're like Love is our guy, you know, it kind of goes back to, remember, we've heard Jeff Fisher and Floyd Reese tell the story of Javon Curse, and that when they pretty much were all in agreement, we really want him. You know, they were freaking out that Tampa was going to trade up to get him.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
You know, and you know, Floyd told the story of calling Richie McKay saying, you know, and it's like, no, we're taking McFarland. He goes, oh, okay. And
Yeah, so have a good day. Have a good draft.
Yeah.
Well, take care of yourself.
Yeah. So it's like they, you know, they knew they were good. But I'll be very curious because, you know, every mock you look at it has pass rush basically going to the Jets and the Cardinals. But
right. And God, I'm so sorry, the we thing. What the Titans don't need is a panic pick. Like, I think Treylon Burks was a panic pick when it happened.
I agree.
Everything happened so fast. Like, oh, God, we lost a receiver. Well, who's the best receiver out there? This Burks guy from Arkansas, who was not bad at Arkansas. I'm telling you, he was not bad at Arkansas, but that was a panic pick. So I think Borgonzi's, he's 18 different scenarios. If it's gone, this happened. All right, where's the card? What happens when the Jets trade out and somebody trades with the Cardinals and, you know, this person's up. All right, yeah, that's that card there. So you're going through all the different scenarios and you got to figure it out on draft night to get your guy. Look, I love Ruben Bain. I think he's going to be a force, a pass rushing force every play. I would not be disappointed, but I am just thinking that what could happen with Love and Ward and the receivers come together and Wan'Dale Robinson, and just there's something building here. It feels good, and Love might be that last piece to put in there to go forward.
Yeah. You know, like, here's the thing on Burks, and I've always felt that it wasn't necessarily the A.J. Brown trade that got John Robinson fired. It was the fact that the replacement / reaction to the trade wasn't good enough to be better, so therefore he got fired.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, that's you think about instances like that of like somebody does something and you point to, oh, well, that got him fired. Well, yes, but it's because what they thought in their head was going to be better turned out to not be.
No, and then, you know, he comes in, he had
It's always the reaction.
asthma, a little overweight,
Yeah.
all things that went wrong. You know, it's like Rob's probably thinking, God, please come in.
And Jimmy Johnson would have said the asthma field's over there.
Yeah, right. But this is your first round pick, so he's not going to go to
right.
that field. And there's all the things that came together. And look, it's we could dwell another hour on what happened, but now the pages turn. Callahan and that awful staff is gone, and now you got somebody in there who's going to chew your butt, who's going to love on you, coach you up, make you feel good, and you got a guy who I think is a really good offensive mind in Brian Dable. And then we can't forget.
I think Gus Bradley's underrated too. I know he's not calling the plays,
right,
but like I still think as a defensive mind, what he's going to bring, it is underrated.
And we still can't forget why Dable was willing to basically give the franchise away at the Giants last year to draft Cam Ward.
He saw something.
Exactly. Right. And now he's here. This is the first time I felt good about this football team probably since 2020.
Well, it's like I said a couple of weeks ago. I have this piece with where things are at with this team that I have not had, you know, since basically the 21 season.
Yeah. Right.
You know, that after that, when they traded AJ, I was like, oh no, they've lost, you know, John's lost her favor.
Mm-hmm.
Vrabel's kind of, you know, pissy in no man's land right now. Then he loses her favor. And we just go through this mess that we've seen the last few years. Now I feel like it is all, you know, leveled out.
Sure.
And you have a competent general manager. You know, I don't know what Brinker does anymore, which is fine.
Yeah.
I like him.
It's good.
Like, I don't care. But you have all the assistants, whatever. But Borgonzi's the guy. Borgonzi's building the football team. and you've brought in a coach that I feel, and we got to see it on the field, has learned from the first time around and the mistakes that he made with an organization that is big of a dumpster fire as this one can be perceived as. And he's worked for a good organization and a good head coach in Kyle Shanahan on a couple different occasions.
Yeah, it's good. And look, the 2019 was great. Team was great, but nobody saw that coming, right?
No.
Mariota was a disaster. He wasn't very good. Then they make the switch after the Denver game, and then Tannehill comes in, and then they clicks, right? And they go for it. 20 had that same momentum. The Ravens beat him, but now you've got all these new guys who've bought in, and and to me, I'm telling you, there's one key player that's got to play outstanding for this team in 2026, and I'll tell you who that is.
Okay, we'll talk, and then I got a question for you too. We'll talk about that coming up next in hour number 3. It's Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game here on this Tuesday. Having a great day to this point, a fun show. You guys will be out at the Omni tomorrow. I'll be having a suit day, but looking forward to that. All right, what were we going to bring up?
So Robbie Stanley mentioned the other day, and I thought it was really good about one guy that you need a good year.
Well, he's
from.
a smart boy.
He is in 26, and you can go all linebacker, DB, blah, blah, I mean all the the playmaker parts. But what I really need in 2026 from this one player, I need this one player to be outstanding, and it needs to be J.C. Latham.
Yeah,
I need him to be outstanding at right tackle. Right, Dan Moore can figure his own out, come in there, but I just think it's such important now with the offensive line. If he could be that guy, Skoronski's coming to his own at left guard, and now you got a guy in Latham that could really be. And he was getting better towards the end of the year. The Vegas game was a disaster, and he knew that. And that was the skirmish between him and Simmons about practice and all that allegedly went on. But if Latham could be that guy where he's pissed off, where he's angry every game, that's just an amazing thing. And so that's what needs to be. If he can play, he doesn't even have to be an all-pro level, but up there, I mean, that could be really good for this football team. That takes a major question mark away to build on other things. But J.C. Latham is my guy in 26. It's got to be good. Not average. You got to be good. Better than you were last year. A lot better. Just be good. That's it.
I'm with you. I think that is 100% true. Like, if Latham can be a good right tackle and they, figure out, you could, if he's going to be good and he's going to be better, if you have a rookie or two in the interior, I'll feel better about that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
That's a fantastic point.
Build the line. I mean, I know we talk about the Cowboys in the 90s, but that offensive line, the Cowboys in the 90s, was unbelievable, right? And the line in the Patriots in the 2010s that kept Brady upright, unbelievable. You even know the name of the Patriots line? I don't. There's one, Soder, that ended up going to the Giants, right? That's it. And then Shaq Mason from Columbia was part of that. But those are a bunch of no-name guys whose job was to keep Brady upright and deliver the ball. If this line can keep Cam Ward upright and don't design those godforsaken, stupid design running plays and let him work and deliver. I mean, there was a reason 19 experts last year thought he was the guy with his arm and his mindset and his IQ, how smart Cam Ward is playing football. Then not just one or two, but like 18, 19 of these guys. Let him do that and let the line just do their job and keep him upright. It could be a great – and we're not talking that it's not different than the last 30, 40, 50 years of football. It's so important, and it should never be devalued with the line. But if you can stay upright, deliver the ball down the field, let your playmakers make things happen, it's a wholly different team this year. Completely. A whole different football team.
I'm with you. 615-737-1025 is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. Going back to what we were discussing with the Robinson-Vrabel era, if you go back to 2000, after the heartbreak of losing the Super Bowl and being 1 yard short and all that stuff, I think we knew pretty quick this 2000 team is better than 99, and this is a team that should go win the Super Bowl. I think I don't know if they were the favorite, but they were up there. And so you kind of had that, like, okay, it's going to be all right. They're going to bounce back. And then they ran into another team that was really good that ended up winning the Super Bowl in Baltimore. I don't think I felt as confident in 2021, even though they were the number one seed.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, there was like something was missing. It's like, oh my God,
they were good.
It's like, we're here now.
Yeah,
but
they were good.
I don't think they were great at any one thing.
No.
Like the 2000 Titans team, that defense in 2000 was fantastic. The offensive line of that team in 2000 was good. I mean, it's not like the Titans scored 40 points a game or anything. It's like, oh my gosh, they're the number one seed. Because remember, didn't the Patriots beat them down the stretch pretty bad? Derrick Henry got hurt. They lost to the Patriots, right up there. It was a terrible game in
The
Foxborough. They were terrible.
yeah,
They were
something like
terrible.
that.
It's like, oh, okay. And somebody felt like, all right, maybe they were a year too early. You thought they were there, and then Burrow comes in here, and although they sacked him 8 times or 9 times, they got it. But I'm with you. There was never that feeling like this is the team, right? 2000 was like this is the team. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
God, I hate the Ravens.
Because like, think about it. On the 2021 team that goes to, you had now look, if Henry was healthy, I probably would have felt different. Like, it was so impressive that they ended up getting the number 1 seed, knowing that Henry got hurt, and Henry was on pace for going to over 2,000 again.
Yeah.
He was probably going to break the record.
Was that the year the 88 players they put in there? I mean,
Yeah,
there's just so
something like
much
that.
coming
Yeah.
together. It's like, how is this happening?
Right. And then going into that game, I'm like, well, they should beat Cincinnati, but you didn't have, like, there was not the only elite player at the time was probably Simmons and maybe Brown.
After in 21,
Yeah, like in that, like
so
going
Henry's out.
Yeah, well, he played, but remember, he wasn't 100%.
Yeah, after the Colts lost that day.
And I think that was I never thought I would say this, but I think they took carries away from, who was it that
oh god, Chestnut?
no, the guy that was
That went to Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh,
He was really good.
So good that we forgot.
Well, I know, but anyway, they took carries from him to give to Derek, and Derek just wasn't back yet.
Right.
Like, he just wasn't there. And I just, you had AJ make that catch on the sideline that got, I think, knocked the wind out of him. And I don't know.
Dante Foreman.
Dante Foreman. Thank you. It just never felt like the same as that 2000 team. So the point I'm trying to make is, even though the Robinson Vrabel run was fun, I'm hoping that this group of Saleh and Borgonzi actually does build the depth better than those guys did.
Well, look who the quarterbacks were: Buster Screen, Elijah Molden, Janoris Jenkins, Chris Jackson, Christian Fulton. So it's not like they were like stacked with all pros. It's like, who's that guy? What's that guy doing in there? I think a lot of credit for that 21 team goes to Vrabel for keeping them focused on the prize and not worried about what's happened there. I mean, you throwing guys in like David Questenberry, Corey Levin was part of that team. Nate Davis, who wasn't overly great, but he was there. Jayon Brown, Zach Cunningham. I forgot Bud Dupree was on that team. So you're right. It was not like, oh my God, look at this team stacked. The 2000 Titans were like, this team is stacked with all pros. It's, Hopkins and Matthews and Eddie and Steve and Derek Mason and on. And you just knew that team was there. But this team is like, and so, but anyway, that's all in the past. And you realize that. And now it's turned to what you got in 26. There's just a lot of momentum with this franchise, with things they've done, who they've hired, who they've brought in. And I don't think I've been excited for training camp in years.
Yeah.
And now I'm really excited.
I'm excited for the draft, all of it. Adam in Portland wants to weigh in. Adam, what's up, man?
Yeah, so the 2000 team you were just talking about, and that was my world, by the way, when I was 14 years old. That team, and it poured over into my adult life. Who am I kidding? But I had a sick feeling that whole week leading up to that Ravens game, because the same thing we were doing to Jacksonville, they were doing to us. And their defense, like, we were number 1 in total defense that year. A lot of people don't know that, but they were number 2. But theirs was more impressive because it was points. Like, they were shutting everybody out. They give up a lot of they would give up more yards than we would, but they were so good. But no, like, even going to the Burrow year, man, I've never felt super confident. Like, I haven't felt as good since the Super Bowl. But that 2000 team specifically, man, I love that team so much. And there was so many good players, but just the Ravens, I was like, I hope we don't end up with the Ravens. And that's what happened. So I wasn't surprised, but I was heartbroken. That was the worst moment of my young life that day.
Yeah. No, I remember it, man. We're the same age, so I remember it. It was the same. It was just, that was heartbreak.
Let me ask you this question. What was worse, 2000, 2008?
Ooh. Oh man, that is a good. That's a really good question.
Or throw 21 in there. 0, 8, or 21.
By the time we got to 21, my heart was so hardened from disappointment.
Right.
That I was just like,
Right. To me, I get the 2000, but the 08 with Johnson his rookie year, they're 13-3, home game. I mean, you feel it, right?
yeah.
Ravens had played on the road at Miami the previous week. They're coming in. It's a Saturday night. You feel good. You hope you play the Steelers the next week. You just beaten the Steelers a month before.
The Preds were playing that night. Like I was one of those people that went to the Preds. I didn't have
Huge
tickets
day.
to the Titans game.
Huge.
I
day.
went to the Preds game and watched it in the arena.
You should have sent me and Cliff a ticket request when I got you taken care of.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
it was before that.
That's
time,
okay. But what hurts worse? I mean, that 08 team had something with Chris Johnson.
Let me answer that next
Sure.
because I think they all three kind of feel different.
All right.
We'll talk about that next. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game.
All right, Big Joe here again, talking about my good friends over at unitycares.com. Listen, if you're struggling and need to talk to somebody, I tell you all the time, go to therapy and go to unitycares.com. Going to therapy changed my life. And guys, I get it. Some days it's the worst, man. You feel that everything is bringing you down and you're not doing anything correctly. Let me tell you what, you are, right? We all go through these. Every storm runs out of rain. You got this. That's why I need you to go to unitycares.com. When you land on the page, it simply says, "You're not alone. We're here." That is so powerful. That is so powerful. And it says, thank you for reaching out. You've arrived at the right place. And that's what we talk about, guys. We get the struggle sometimes, what you're going through. If you need to talk, please talk. It's the first step to improving your life and living the life that you absolutely deserve. You absolutely deserve to live the perfect life, and unitycares.com is there for you. Listen, it's private, it's secure, it's confidential, and they offer telehealth, and they're based right here in Middle Tennessee. If you're going through any kind of depression or anxiety like the way I did, they'll help you through every bit of this. Their whole goal is to get you back living the life that you deserve. The website, again, unitycares.com, unitycares.com. A lot of people have gone to the website, but just click through there, get to the next step, and go to therapy. Talk about what's going on. You'll feel 1,000 times better. We're with you on this journey. We care about you. We want you well. Like I said before, I need you here to walk your daughter down the aisle. I need you here to hold your grandbaby. I need you here for everything in life because our world is a better place because you are here. And unitycares.com is here for you every step of the way. It's unitycares.com. One more time, unitycares.com.
Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. So to answer your question,
Which is
what hurts more, the 2000 Titans loss, the 2008 Titans loss, or 2021? So both times that those teams are the number one seed. Basically, every time they've been the number one seed.
yeah, right.
I'm gonna probably 2008.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Just because 2000 sucked because there was we were in the Super Bowl the year before. Now we're a better team, so we should get back there. And like we had to learn as a sports town.
Yeah,
it doesn't work that way.
Correct.
2008 was, even though Baltimore still had Ray Lewis, who was the quarterback? Was it Flacco?
2008.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. Like the Titans should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
And, you can sit here and go, well, if Chris Johnson doesn't get hurt, the big thing was what's ironic is they both are connected to turnovers because Eddie gets the ball ripped out of his arms. Algie Crumpler fumbles.
At the 5 or wherever it was.
Allen missed a couple kicks in 2000. Did Baronis miss any?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I know Derek scored a touchdown in that game.
First play of the game.
Yeah.
Right. Great. Over Finnegan. And that was the thing. It was like, all right, if they win, we want the Steelers back here. Again, remember that's when they stepped on the terrible towel when Lindell White and Keith Bullock stepped on the terrible towel in December, and people were like, oh, you should have done that. Well, it's just a stupid towel, back then. And then Steelers end up winning the Super Bowl and everything that year in 2008. There was just so much potential there. What I liked about that team was the front four, right? With Van Bosch,
Yep.
Hainsworth, Curse in and out, Tony Brown,
who I don't think gets enough credit.
Correct. And they were like, man,
who did Curse rotate in and out with?
Was it Dave Ball?
Yeah, it was probably Dave Ball.
I mean, they beat the snot out of other offensive linemen and quarterbacks. I mean, they just were relentless in those guys. And Bullock was so good at middle linebacker. Not middle linebacker, but linebacker. Tulloch was there. It's like they got something. Finnegan, Nick Harper, Chris Hope, Michael Griffin. I mean, this was a very good football team. And I'll never forget the heartbreak that night, that Saturday night. It was cold and we had already sent an advanced team to Tampa, right? For 3 weeks. Like, we're just in case if they win this, Channel 2, we're ready to go to Tampa and cover this. And then that night was because we did live shots on the bridge.
Because who would have been so if they had beaten Baltimore, was it
Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Because Baltimore went the next week to Pittsburgh and lost.
Right. Which I felt pretty confident that
they just beat the snot out of a month earlier.
So that would have been Packers?
Cardinals. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Cardinals.
God.
Justin Gage had that 2-touchdown game.
Yeah.
Collins was throwing darts across the field. I mean, they were on it. That was one of the most fun wins that Nissan Stadium ever had, was that win over Pittsburgh in December of 2008. It was so good. And then you lose that game in that fashion to a team that you are completely better than, but it doesn't matter. Then at 60 minutes, if you're not winning, doesn't matter how better you feel that you're a lot better football team than the Ravens were, and they weren't. And that's what happened. The Ravens next week lost to Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship game. 21 never felt like, they're going all the way.
Didn't. Yeah, because everybody was hurt.
Yep.
Like,
and then you had Mahomes, right? He was like, well, they play Kansas City. He's going to come to town next week. And it's crazy. Nashville still has never hosted an AFC Championship game.
This is good. Kevin in Florida goes, most people forget the Oilers were the AFL champions in 60 and 61. So if we follow the Cubs' drought of championships, the Titans will win it all in 2069.
It's not bad, right? My granddaughter will see it, but I'll be 101.
Jeremy in Clarksville says, 2021 hurt me the most. I'm a big Tannehill fan. Watching him collapse like that was crushing. Yeah. What's ironic about all three of these is, I mean, McNair hadn't gotten to true McNair level yet. in 2000. He was starting to.
Yeah.
But, he won the MVP, co-MVP in 2003. And then in 08, you had Kerry Collins, who had kind of rejuvenated his career. In 2021, same thing with Ryan Tannehill, that rejuvenated his career.
Right. Yeah.
Adam in Portland says 2000 was the most painful. However, I did hate the Ravens. 2008 was the first time I called them cheaters and dirty. Wish D-Mace would have stayed here or went anywhere else. Still hurts that all our good players played for that garbage organization. I'll never forget doing an interview. It was Derek and I, and we had Chris Johnson on, and it was fun. It was a great interview. And we brought up the 2008 game, and CJ was basically like, y'all were trying to hurt me. And Derek's like,
Derek didn't do anything wrong.
I'm not going to. No, I think he said that. He's like, I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything wrong.
But he didn't deny it either.
I told you, I was in the press box when Flacco throws this bomb to the end zone. I remember somebody next to me says, please don't let it be Derek Mason. And I had binoculars. And all I saw was this dude get up and start doing a Michael Jackson dance. And the press box just erupts because it's Derek Mason. He caught the touchdown. I mean, it was a great catch, beat Finnegan, and he's doing his little goofy Michael Jackson dance in the end zone. I was like, oh, man, that was the first score. And then the Titans played come from behind the rest of the way.
615-737-1025. We will have more coming in this hour of Chasing Big Joe here on 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe 102.5 The Game on this Tuesday. Some big news just coming out in regards with the Predators. No, they don't have a general manager yet. But they've released that they have reached a multi-year agreement with Scripps Sports to broadcast all of the Predators games that aren't on national TV next year, in years to come, on over-the-air television. It'll be on WNPX, which is a sister station to News Channel 5. And all of the Preds games will be on what is going to be called the Spot Nashville 28, so Channel 28. Scripps Sports will now have that.
I think it is amazingly vital and important that I could watch the Preds every night.
Yep.
I've got YouTube. I haven't seen a Preds game in years.
Well, because
I go online and watch clips.
This whole thing with FanDuel and all of that just has led to all that. But
it's great.
The Predators now join 4 other teams that are in Scripps Sports portfolio: Tampa Bay Lightning, Vegas Golden Knights, Florida Panthers, and Utah. So the Preds will be the 5th team there, and some games will be simulcast on Channel 5, as they have been, which is cool. But you can watch every game on Channel 28 on the Spot, and not have to worry. Now, there are apps if you're a cord cutter or don't have an antenna or whatever. There is going to be a direct-to-consumer app that you can get and watch the games that way. But I've been told this is a really, really good deal. Preds fans have been frustrated, like you, that certain providers don't have, or they've had to pay out the to get it. Now you don't have to do that anymore.
There's no excuse not to get an antenna. I mean, there's no excuse.
I mean, you can do
and
it.
The digital channel, it comes in like a blowtorch. It's great. There's a lot. Dr. Creighton and I will text each other during Bonanza when it's on Me TV. Did you see what little Joe's doing? You're like, watch out for Hoss, and then we'll have a good time. And then the Rifleman the other night, holy cow, right? We're not going to get into that.
Well, I mean, I was really disappointed that I reached out to you guys during Gunsmoke and got crickets.
Right. Well, because we were so into the show, I mean, Marshall Dillon wasn't playing around that day.
I was at the dinner table. I apologize.
Yeah. No, I do. I think it's great that I can turn on every night. This is all 82 games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they're national televised, then no. But yes, the regular season.
And I'm not going to ESPN Plus and spending that either. I'm not doing that.
Well, now you go to Channel 28, and you'll see Willie and Mace and Kara and Lindsay and sometimes Hal, and
I'm all about that. That's good. We talk about this all the time. How to become a Braves fan in the 80s? Because the Braves were on TBS every single night. How do people, Cubs fans, they're on WGN every afternoon. You saw them every afternoon. So this is a win-win for the Nashville Predators, which is good. Speaking of the Nashville Predators, Chase,
they play tonight. They got a point last night. Wanted the win. Went to a shootout again with the Los Angeles Kings. And couldn't get it, but got a point. So they're 1 point back of LA now. LA's in the second wild card spot, but the Predators play tonight in Anaheim with pregame coverage at 8, puck drop around 9, and going to try and do it all over again.
They've gotten 5 of 6 possible points on this trip.
They have. So it's been a good trip.
Yeah. But why are some people last night like, I know you lost, but you got a point, right? And I know you wanted the 2.
Who's saying that? Are they the same people that don't give 2 craps about this team most of the year, and then they all of a sudden start caring?
What's my favorite show?
Robbie and Rexrod. They do care.
They were. Robbie was not happy with
what. All right, that's
fine.
The point Robbie's allowed to not be happy because Robbie covers the team.
That's right.
Is all in.
So beat Anaheim. Is Anaheim any good?
Yeah. They're tied with Edmonton for the top spot in the Pacific Division.
All right, I didn't need the attitude.
Okay, well,
I didn't need
I need you to pay attention. Once the Preds are on the Channel 28, you'll be able to do that.
That's right. So look, win tonight. I'm the glass is always full. Win tonight, then beat Utah on Saturday. And then when they come back here Saturday
afternoon, 4 o'clock.
Oh, okay. They play Utah Thursday, and then have Bridgestone. I like afternoon games at Bridgestone.
Oh yeah, they're fun.
Be loud.
So here's what you got tonight to pay attention to other than the Preds. The Blues play against Colorado. That's important because the Blues are 4 points behind you. So not crazy. So that's something to pay attention to. The Kraken, they're pretty much out of it now. The Oilers and Mammoth play each other, so that's big if there's any hope of that first wild card spot. And then Golden Knights, Canucks, and then the Preds play the Ducks. So LA's not in action tonight. So if and neither is San Jose. So if the Predators win, they would be back in the wild card spot. So
do you think Saros goes back to back?
I think they go on and in. I think they should go on and in. I don't think you need to play UC back to back.
Okay, why not?
Because Eustace Onanen's played well, so I think he should.
You're paying your goalie $7 million a year.
I know, but you have a backup for a reason. So I think this is a game he can go win.
Okay,
I got faith in the big fella.
What give me all the rigmarole for tonight? What time we doing? What time's pregame?
Didn't I just say that? 8 o'clock.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry. I was looking at behind you. I was looking at Buffalo Bill try to pull that lady out of the well. I'm sorry.
8 o'clock pregame, and then 9 o'clock puck drop.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Is there a different time for Thursday?
7 o'clock pregame, 8 o'clock puck drop.
Okay. Just move it back an hour. I got all that.
Getting earlier.
And then
last night was Brando was the producer last night and did a great job.
Love Brando.
It was 1 o'clock. I was literally signing off at around 1 a.m. So
what was your reaction when it went to overtime? Like, oh gosh,
son of a
and then the shootout.
I know.
Can I tell you something? I can't watch overtime anymore. I'm too stressed out.
You should do so. I don't know if he did this in Washington and in the island. We'll have to ask him. When Barry Trotz was the coach of the Predators and the shootout came into play, he would turn around on the bench and just look at the crowd, and that's how he would know. He couldn't watch the actual shootout. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind the shootout. It's the 3-on-3 overtime. I get so stressed out.
It is stressful because it's fast.
For the longest time, the Preds couldn't win overtime games, and it drove me crazy. I'm like, why am I putting myself through this, watching the Preds do this? So I don't mind the shootout. They're really cool, but the overtime part of that, I ain't doing that anymore.
So the Preds play tonight. It's the most important game of the year, as they're all going to be. But I mean, look, they're 4 points back of Utah, 1 point back of the Kings. So you never know, man. I mean, it could work out. So go Oilers.
No, it is going to work out. I'm telling you right now, it's all positive.
So if they, man, all right. So in that scenario, if the Preds did get into that first wild card spot, right now they'd play Edmonton.
Okay, I don't care who they play.
Yeah, I would rather draw. No, they haven't been very good against the Oilers. I don't want the Oilers.
Look, I don't care.
I'd rather have Anaheim or Vegas.
I don't care if they're playing the '94 Rangers. I don't give a damn. Just get in.
Yeah,
give me the 2 home games. Give me the parties downtown. I'm all about that.
Couple of things on the Scripps news. Kevin says Tampa Bay is on Scripps. Watch them every night they play. That's so awesome. I just had a conversation with a friend today about how they need the very thing like WGN and the Cubs back in the day. Yeah. Will the new Preds channel be available on DirecTV? I believe so.
Look at you, buddy. Get all going down.
I think it is. I mean, I think it already is. It's not a new channel. It's just a kind of a rebrand of a channel.
So who's going to produce everything? Like who?
I think it's all in house.
Okay.
So Bob Cole and
Bob Cole. Love me some Bob Cole.
So excited about that. We'll come back with What Day Is It and Celebrity Birthdays. It's Chase and Big Joe on this Tuesday, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5, The Game, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel. That's where these guys will be tomorrow. I'll be back Thursday. We'll miss you, though.
Where are we Thursday?
5 Iron Golf.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. Looking forward to it. People are telling me where the channel is and everything for that's good. I'm glad everybody's excited about the Scripps news and the Preds. With that, let's get to what day is it and celebrity birthdays.
Okay, first on the list, we have National Beer Day.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can pair that with a coffee
Beer.
cake day. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but National Coffee Cake Day. National Making the First Move Day. So then following that with the metric system.
Boo.
National No Housework Day. National Pet Health Insurance Day. Comes in handy. Public Television Day is today. Talking about the Preds. There you go. Let's see. Sexual Assault Awareness Month Action Day is today. So always aware of that. World Health Day is today. World Health Organization Day. And to wrap it up with the last 4 here, International Day of Reflection on the 1994 Rwanda Genocide. International Snail Paper Day. Empower Women Entrepreneurship Day. And International Beaver Day. So shout out to the Beavers.
See you, Joe. I knew that was coming. Ready for birthdays?
Gotta get these birthdays within 2 years. Dr. Crane, you'll go first because it might be your last show. Because you cannot beat Chase in this game. So here we go. First birthday, Dr. Crane, you ready?
Sure.
How old is Hall of Fame running back Tony Dorsett?
72.
I'll say 71, but I think he's 72.
72 exactly. Chaser, how old is Buster Douglas, who beat Mike Tyson back in 1990?
65.
60.
66, 2-1. Chaser, how old is one of my favorite linemen of all time, former LA Raider Steve Wisniewski? Bad dude from Penn State.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
My bad. Should be.
Well, let him go. That's
Okay,
fine.
yeah, go. What's your name, Nick?
Yes, Nick.
Steve Wisniewski.
80.
Leave it's a beaver over here.
Yes.
72.
59. Chaser, how old is Ricky Waters?
68.
70.
57. How old, Dr. Crane? Rondé Barber.
He's been on the show.
52.
Nah, I'm going to say 47.
51. Dr. Crane's up
Wow.
3-1. Chaser, how old is baseball player Adrian Beltre?
Adrian Beltre?
Beltre, whatever.
46.
49.
47. It's 3-2. Dr. Crane, how old is the director of The Godfather? Francis Ford Coppola. How old is he today?
Ooh, we'll go 87.
84.
87 exactly. Chase, it's 5-2 now. Nick, Chase, how old's Jackie Chan?
67.
70.
72. Dr. Crane's up 6-2. Could be a good day. Dr. Crane, how old is Russell Crowe?
67.
58.
62. Chaser, how old is Bill Bellamy?
Of the Bellamy brothers?
Yeah, it's their younger brother.
I don't know.
You never heard of Bill Bellamy?
No.
The comedian? The black guy?
Yeah. 61.
63.
Never heard of him, yet gets it right on. 6-4 now. All right, Dr. Crane, here we go. Speed round. Country singer Bobby Bear.
55.
Gonna make a joke, but not gonna do it. 78.
91. Chaser, how old is singer-songwriter John Oates of Hall & Oates?
Lives in Nashville.
He does.
76.
80.
78. That's a push. Dr. Crane, how old is singer Janice Ian?
81.
82.
75. It's still 6-4, Dr. Crane. Chase, how old is singer, bass player John Cooper of Skillet?
It's the tribute band to Dr. Crane's pig.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Skillet's doing well, by the way.
That pig and
he's dead.
frap some beaver, and you're good to go.
I'm going to say 62.
I think it's illegal to do that.
In 7 states.
All right. What'd you say, Chase?
62.
64.
51. Oh, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Dr. Crane, the bass player Ben McKee of Imagine Dragons.
81.
Which dragons are you watching? Good Lord.
What's with, never mind, 41.
41 exactly. Now we're tied at 6. Here we go. This is for the win. Chase, how old is very popular contemporary Christian singer Taryn Wells? Today's her birthday. How old is Taryn Wells?
42.
45.
At the buzzer, Chase McCabe. She's 40. He comes back and wins 7-. He was down 6-2. You had him
I
on
answered
the
a phone
ropes.
call, and it just went downhill from there.
Don't answer the phone.
Yeah,
Man
it's
in many
rude.
hats back
It's
there.
rude to call during celebrity.
It's
birthdays.
very rude. You've got a game. As I told Brando, our great producer, Brando, when you play this, it's not a right, it's a privilege
That's
to
true.
play this game.
That is true. Good stuff. That is great
Be
stuff.
proud of yourself.
Thank
You're down
you.
6-2.
Thank you.
Let that
I'm
be an
never,
example.
I'm never down.
You know what? This example, never quit.
Never give up. That is going to do it for us today. Appreciate all the fun and participation. DVD coming your way next.
Yeah, we talk all the time. And listen, we talk about never quitting, and that's the whole goal at the end of our message at the show every day. Never quit. Whatever you're doing, never quit. We can't have you guys quit. We need you out here. Our world's a better place because you are here. Know how much God loves you. Know how the great job you're doing. And I understand some days and that journey feels rough and you're like, oh, I can't go any more. I can't do any more. You can, right? That's why we're here for it. All the guys who've reached out. God bless you, man. You're doing such a great job. Again, the website, unitycares.com for more. Know that you're just doing a great job today. And some days it feels rough. It feels like the road is bouncy. That's okay. Smooth roads ahead. Know you're doing a great job. Keep going forward. Knowing that we love you. And more importantly, more than anything else, know how much God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. DVD next on 102.5 The Game.